Ain't no half step on Marcus J. Live from the Den, Legacy Internet Radio. Thanking everybody for rocking. And I tell you something, man. The kind of conversations that we have during the breaks, you really, really wish that you was in here in the room. We were talking about gray hairs, and we were
the wrong places.
We were talking about gray hairs and where you can find them, and who wants to have them and who doesn't want them, and who doesn't want to see them in certain places, and all of that kind of stuff. And so I appreciate them for indulging me in my silliness. Half stepping with Marcus J and A Boogie.
We can start from the beginning of the alphabet tonight.
Yo, I got a group friend that's named A Boogie, so it's all good.
Right. Jay Grizzy and our sister Dee Dee. All right, look, I've been teasing this all night. We got to talk about Kathy Griffin. We talked about Bill Maher in the last segment. Kathy Griffin, last week, she had a photograph where she was depicting a beheaded President Donald Trump, with blood and all of that kind of stuff in a photograph. And obviously the photo was met with immediate outrage by the media and people. And, she was immediately fired from her position at CNN. And a lot of people got a lot of conversations about it. So I figured that we would jump on that conversation bandwagon. So Dee Dee, I want you up first. I'm guessing you saw the video, or the photograph, I should say. What's your thoughts on the whole Kathy Griffin thing?
Listen, I am not a Trump fan by no means. However, once again, she knew she had to have known there was going to be some fallout behind that. Suck it up, eat it. You got to take this L. And now she's crying about it. My thing is, along with that picture, you see some of the follow-up conversations she had with that photographer. She clearly stated, we're going to get in trouble for this. Granted, she was joking, but she knew. Anybody in the world knows that. And if they don't, Obama supporters, if that were Obama and that happened, I would have been all on the bandwagon, fire her ass. I'm sorry, child, person. Hello, woman.
She can't.
Right. Little girl.
But
yes, that, like I said, I'm not a Trump supporter. He does need to go, but what's the message behind that imagery other than a savage act needs to be committed to get him out of office? It's the same thing. If she had done that with a picture of Obama's head, I'd have been outraged. I'm not outraged that it was Trump, but I don't feel bad for her. She decided to, do what she wanted to do.
No, I can dig it. E Boogie, what you think?
Tomorrow, probably.
Right. He gonna hit me up on Facebook.
Yeah.
You Boogie from Juice.
Hey, look, you say what you want, but I got about 15 letters that I ain't used yet.
Yep, I ain't heard C Boogie yet.
Yeah. No, we heard C Boogie.
We did.
I said C, but there's a few that I ain't used yet.
That is hilarious. I remember when I first saw it. I think I saw it on Twitter first, and I was like, ooh. But Kathy Griffin is that type. I'm not a huge Kathy Griffin fan. Sometimes I like her, sometimes I don't. Because she kind of dabbles on that. She isn't anywhere nearly as bad as Amy Schumer, but she dances that line, but she's a comedian. So it's kind of like there's creative license there. But I also know that a big reason why she did this is because of how Kathy Griffin feels about Trump. So I know it's coming from that space, more or less like, I'm a comedian and I can get away with this, more or less like I'm pissed and I can get away with this. I'm a cis white woman and I can get away with this. So in that regard, if you can be upset at Kathy Griffin, then you can be upset at Ted Nugent.
I'm glad
You can be upset at
I'm glad you brought that up, M Boogie, because the fact of the matter is there are a lot of people who have this fake ass patriotism towards President Donald John Trump, and they act like this is the worst possible thing that could have ever happened,
Please.
and that Kathy Griffin is the worst person for doing this, and that there's no precedent for this sort of disrespect of a president. And they conveniently forget that Ted Nugent was talking about some of the nastiest, most vile things with President Barack Hussein Obama. He talking about eat my machine gun and behead and all of this kind of stuff. And Ted Nugent actually came out with a statement, even in the wake of the Kathy Griffin thing this week. I don't know if you guys saw it.
No, I didn't.
Where he basically said that his stuff was more about verbal imagery versus her actually having actual imagery. I'm not even going to get, because I think it's asinine that he would go there, and I think he's a vile, disturbing person.
He's gross.
Having said that, I'm glad you said that, M Boogie.
But what about the effigy?
Hold up,
the burning effigy.
We're getting a phone call.
The nooses.
Let's take the caller. Caller, you on the live line. Ain't no hashtag Marcus J. What's your name? What you want to rock with us about?
You told me to call back. I'm calling back.
Hey, Lord.
That sounds like my sister Laurel.
You dared me.
What you got?
Well, yeah, you brought that up the other day online when you posted something.
Yes.
You know, if Ted Nugent, he's an idiot. I mean, but people follow him, and it's crazy. And how did he get away with that? How did he get away with that?
Because
I think we know how he got away with that.
He's utilizing his free speech.
Right, that's
and his
what it
patriotism.
was. Well, and I want Ted Nugent to be out there, though.
Well, here's my question to you,
Now,
Laurel.
his supporters will support him, and his detractors will detract from him.
Laurel, I want you to address something, and I have an idea. I have an idea where you're going to go, but I want you to address something. When the narrative came out that Kathy Griffin did what she did, and Barron Trump, Donald Trump's 11-year-old son, saw that picture of his dad. And first of all, I'm not sure he saw it because
it's full of shit.
Most parents are going to shield the social media from their children. That's the first thing. Mm-hmm. So I call bullshit on whether Barron's seen it or not. Right. Having said that, when Ted Nugent said and did what he did with Barack Hussein Obama, Barack Hussein Obama had a 14-year-old and a 10-year-old daughter who was seeing those things. So what do you think about the hypocrisy that some folks on the right are expressing now when we're talking about Donald John Trump versus Barack Hussein Obama?
It's completely hypocrisy. And people, and I'm telling you, I mean, this man, I swear to God, he I don't even know. He could say anything. He could do anything. They will still stand up for him. I can't. I mean, what if he's convicted of treason? Okay?
That's a good
They're still
point.
going to stand up for him? I can't. I don't understand that. And then what you posted something, or somebody posted something, I think it was James Harris, about what didn't you like about Obama? He had a flawless record. He had a great marriage. He had no scandals. He's intelligent. He's a statesman. I mean, so it's totally hypocrisy. And I mean, I told you, I've got this lifelong friend since 4 years old, and she swore that Obama was the Antichrist. Still does.
He might be, Laurel.
You know, I can't even, like, I don't even know how to, you know, I can't even go there. I just have to ask her, like, you know, what'd you do today? Did you go to the gym?
He's not Jesus. We know that.
She read the Tim LaHaye books. The what was the name of that series? Left Behind.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Here's my deal with that, though, right? You got all of these people who will say these nasty, vile things about Barack Obama, and then all of a sudden they'll turn into a saint, and they kind of cower when it's Donald Trump. And it's just amazing to me how the person who said that he was grabbing peas, women's body parts, right, and he's okay with that, and you got the same guy who made fun of a handicapped guy, and you got the same guy who First of all, let me back up. I mean, I'm trying to say it in a politically correct way, and that's just not what I do. Fuck all that.
Grizzly gonna say it the right way after Marcus said it.
See, that time, yeah, we heard it that time.
I cussed again. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
mark it down. Mark it.
It's Grizzly that makes
You
me
up to $2.
But here's the thing, right? If a black dude had 3 baby mamas and 3 ex-wives and was in the White House, would he be in the White House?
No.
He'd be a Rolling
I
Stone.
wouldn't have
Be in
voted
the
for
White
him.
House.
Hold
He
on.
wouldn't be in the White House. But here's the thing. People like to get behind an ideology and like this Republican, Democrat thing. Or the Fox News thing, which I think the Fox News is going down the toilet.
The toilet.
And they will stand up for that thing no matter what. You can prove how wrong it is. They still won't see it. I don't know. Is there a name for that? What's the name for that? You tell me.
Cognitive dissonance.
Cognitive dissonance. You know what it is? Martin Luther King said that folks have either sincere ignorance or conscientious stupidity.
Mm-hmm.
The people that have conscientious stupidity, you can kind of work with them because they don't really
True.
get that they stupid.
Right.
You know what I mean? But the people with the sincere ignorance are the ones that know.
And
You know that Donald Trump is what Donald Trump is. And again, I'm not built to attack the man personally.
Oh,
'Cause
I
that's
am.
just not what I
Same.
do. It's not what I do. It's not what I do. It's not what I want to, support or
Marcus is a
perpetuate on
bigger
this on
dude
this
than
show.
I am.
It's not what I do. I want to dissect what he says and what he does because you know what?
You want to lay out the argument.
I want to lay out
against
the
him.
argument, but I also want to keep with the facts because the
Right.
reality is the things that he does and says, Laurel, is enough.
Yes.
It's enough. We don't have to
I know.
attack his character.
How can anybody
Right.
not see that? I mean, it is so obvious. It is so obvious to me. How can anybody not see that? And people will say, I'll look in the news, and people will say the liberal, blah, 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 blah. But, I don't know. I don't know. That's a shaking my head kind of thing.
I do know your chicken pot pies look to die for. I do know that.
Good. You missed it.
Yeah, she's going. Laurel's going to feed us. It's only a matter of time. But let me just say this. Insanity, to me, insanity
I saw
is
your
when
definition earlier.
you saw my definition of insanity. Insanity, Laurel, is blind partisan support and lack of criticism in the face of questionable and/or obvious incompetence.
Where'd you get that definition from?
Thank
I
you.
wrote that.
I made it up. Where I
The
stand.
Marcus Webster Dictionary.
What you think, Laurel? Insanity, blind partisan support and lack of criticism.
Absolutely. Look, I'm coming from a whole different place right now because right now I don't like rich people. So that's my big beef right now because
She don't even like rich people.
I think if you're blind to something, you're blind to something, and if you, not that you have to experience insanity,
Right.
but unless you have a, I want to say compassionate heart, so you can see what things are really like from another person's perspective.
Amen.
You're not going to get
Amen.
it, and you're not going to want to get it.
Right.
People
Amen,
don't want
Laura.
to get it. It's a choice.
Right.
People don't want to get it, and they don't want to do the work, and that's it.
Right.
Well, there are some financially destitute, insane people out here. Yes, there are. That are going
She gave me the
for.
finger.
No, I gave you the pointer. As in, yes, there are. There are some financially stricken people out here who are insane.
Nah, what's wrong
They
with getting money?
voted for Trump. They believe that he is going to be the savior. They believe in him.
But he's
they
a
believe
response to Obama. He's not.
they believe that
My-
he's going to do for them. They truly do. These people.
My son is one of them.
Oh man.
Good
Let me-
grief. How
hey,
was that
Laura.
Thanksgiving?
I don't know how he came
she's
out of
a
me.
chef. It was
but
great.
my son is one of them.
Yeah, I mean, it's not just the rich people. There are people out here who, as he's taking things away from them, they still believe in him.
Ain't no hashtag on Marcus.
This young lady with the that I talked about, and then I'm going to get off in a second, but one point. That old friend that I have that's the really long-time old friend, first of all, she's she is seriously mentally ill. She's bipolar. And she still supports him no matter what because he supports Israel, which I don't even think the Israelis wanted him there.
No,
but,
they don't.
But, to make my point, people like to get behind something.
Right.
And he would cut mental health benefits. And how does that benefit her?
Exactly.
So
I got you.
There's no common sense. There's no sense to it.
Thank you, Laurel. We appreciate you. We
Bye,
love
Laurel.
Bye, Laurel.
Thank you.
Ain't no half step.
You the bestest.
Bye.
Marcus J live from the Dan Legacy and that radio.
Yeah, I ain't say
she
nothing.
mentioned she mentioned Israel, and I'm gonna make this point and we're gonna move on. But we talk about terrorism and ISIS and all that kind of stuff. But think about the fact that Israel, right there, ain't never been touched by ISIS. Never. We don't think that there's some sort of weird shit going on with that.
Well, they can't touch them probably because they can't get to them because we protecting them.
Bruh, we tell people every single couple of months that ISIS or
It's the
people
devil.
inspired by ISIS
Or the
have
devil.
done weird shit here in America.
Right.
But they right there in
They
the
take
Middle East
ownership for a
and they
quick-
ain't
They
never
can't
did
touch-
nothing in Israel.
Listen,
Come on, man.
That's
Come
because
on, man.
Israel ain't bull.
Ain't bullshitting.
They
Israel,
going.
we holding Israel back probably
But listen,
from doing some
listen
shit.
to what I'm saying to you. Listen to what I'm saying to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Israel gets, depending on what number you believe,
They're right
anywhere
there in the
from
middle.
$3 to $10 billion
Yeah.
from America
Hey.
Right.
in
Yeah.
January of every freaking year.
Right,
Didn't
but let me
say
tell
the
you
F
that.
word. That was the freaking word.
If anything
But
go down, Israel gonna pop it off.
But listen. Israel's about the size of freaking Maine. Okay,
matter. It doesn't matter the size.
Israel's a little ass country in the Middle East that used to be Palestine that was bequeathed Israel because the
word,
United
Mark.
States
And
and
Great Britain.
England
Split
decided
it up
that
in
they were
World
the
War I.
chosen people, which is bullshit because it was the Germans who should have done something right by them people, not
Long
America
time ago.
and not England. That's
But
crazy.
You know
That's
why,
crazy. That's crazy.
You know why
to me.
we did it.
We
you know why
yeah,
they
we did it. We did it because it was about. It was a money. It was a.
needed
We
a
went into.
president.
We needed
Money grab. It's a money
Needed a
we
grab.
needed, we
in
needed
the
a
Middle
president
East.
in the Middle East. But here's right, exactly, Dean. I'm
Needed
with
a
you.
presence in
But
the
here's my
Middle East.
question. Here's the real question. How come ain't been no weird shit in Israel behind ISIS?
All right, I'll put it
and
to you
no,
this way.
No Islamic extremism. The only drama they get is from the Palestinians.
Internal.
And the Palestinians
West Bank.
always get squashed.
That's it.
Because the Americans
Always.
come and they puff their chest out like Big Brother.
So you posed the question, I'm gonna answer.
So my question is, if it was if America, and hopefully they not tapping my phone, they don't come and shut me
Oh,
down.
they tapping
gonna do it
everybody.
now.
Then I'm about to say
They
something.
gonna
They
do it
tapping
now.
everybody phone.
I'm about to say something. I'm about to say something.
Get all the porn off my phone right now.
If the United States of America didn't have some inside knowledge about the inner workings of Islamic extremism, i.e. ISIS, then why the hell is there no drama going on in Israel?
Okay, all right. So the question was posed, and I'm going to answer it the best way I can. I'll use an analogy to try to explain it. Me and you boys, right?
Sometimes.
Great.
And
that's
is
fair.
a good
That's a good answer. That's a good response.
because we are
And
sometimes.
you know, I can go left, right? At any given time, you know I can go left.
I feel like you're about to now.
About to go right now. But in order to not drag you into some leftish ish that I'm about to go into, you're gonna pull me to the side and be like, hold on. Grizzly, you might want to think about that, because what you do might drag me into it, because I got the guns, I got the wherewithal to put this out over the airwaves, but what you got to put out there, I don't know if they can take it all the way. You know, that's just like if you tell a girl, I'm not going there, but all right. But my point is, that's how Israel is with America. If anything pops off, Israel wanted to take out Iran from the jump. It was Barack Obama's administration, it was George Bush's administration that said, hold on, don't do that. Because if you do that, that's going to start off a Middle East conflict that we wanted to get into Iraq because we wanted to get into Iraq. We didn't want y'all involved. We don't want to get involved in a wider spread conflagration, so to speak. So that's why Israel is in the position geopolitically that it is. Now, that doesn't take away from the fact that, yes, we support them no matter what. I disagree with that, you know, because there are people of color there that are struggling for rights that they should have gotten a long time ago.
Right.
But to answer to your question of why nobody touches Israel is because it's the little dude that's got the most mouth that's gonna set some bullshit off.
I know a little bit about that. Ain't no happy.
There you go.
Live from the Dan Legacy Internet Radio. Shout out to my brother June is listening. I see you, June. Appreciate you. Kiss my babies for me. Shout out to Laurel. She's still listening. She said that Israel has the best military in the world. That's why ain't nobody coming for them. I don't know that I agree with that because their best.
They had a 6-day war.
Their best military is backed by the United States.
No. Who do you know other than the United States that had a war shorter than 6 years? 6 days. 6 days. When we went to Kuwait, how many? Well, that was 2 weeks.
It was a weekend.
That was a weekend, right?
Yeah.
They had a 6-day war. There was 4 armies, and I'm not defending.
But again,
I'm just speaking the facts.
I'm not going to give Israel that kind of clout because
We back them up, of course.
Not only do we back them up, but listen, if you the little dude with the big mouth, but you got 2 burly ass big brothers,
You can do that.
America and Great Britain, then
You can do that.
I'm not going to be looking at you like you this big major power. I mean,
But you ain't gonna test them.
Listen,
forget all that. Like for real.
y'all are not. It's something more to it than that. You think about it. No, we say publicly, we're not trying to get involved, but we are. We're over there. We're involved in that shit on a regular basis.
But we using them as a proxy. They're like America Light.
We're using
over there.
them to fight what we are not going to publicly agree to
Right,
or
they do the dirty
say.
stuff.
We're not. The United States will never admit, yes, we're over there doing blah blah blah.
The Jordanians do the same
never going to
thing.
do that. And again, we need a
Saudis
presence.
do the same
We
thing.
need a major presence in the Middle East.
Did we just watch?
Wait a minute, you
hold
about
on.
to get yourself
No.
in trouble.
No.
Oh no!
But we watched House of Cards.
Oh yeah! Oh my God!
And so I mean,
That's what I'm trying
that's
to say.
exact. I mean, honestly,
What Underwood says
thank
in
you.
public
tell them.
and what he does for real.
It's like, wait a minute.
That's what's going on. And Israel wants to let go, but we can't let them let go because we got to get involved. And the United States ain't trying to do that for real.
Ain't no ass stab on Marcus J. Live from the Den, Legacy Internet Radio. I mean, even though this conversation is outstanding, I do want to kind of change gears a little bit in the limited time that we have left before we go to our rants and our closings. Of course, this is our last segment. Before we actually do that, where I want to go is I want to get away from the political piece and go back to, actually, before I do that, Hakeem says that you right on it, Diddy. He's with you.
Cause she Claire Underwood.
She.
That's why she owned it.
This is what I like to read about and study about and learn about when I'm just learning about the different religions and how they came about. You got to learn about what was actually going on during those times. This stuff going on over there has been going on forever.
Centuries.
Ever. We're never going to be able to. What are y'all doing? Why are you laughing at me? I'm trying to be serious.
I ain't even see it.
What you do, Q?
I didn't do nothing.
What you do?
You took a shot?
I snatched her chips
Out
out her hand right before.
Because they are good. They are delicious.
Right before she's about to eat
them
that
is
joint.
sponsors,
I
as a
want to
matter of fact.
ask because I eat their bread.
Yeah.
I
Can
said,
we
hey, look,
get Can we get you all to sponsor Legacy Internet Radio? If not Legacy Internet Radio,
Could you
sponsor.
say their name?
Yeah, The Last Laugh with Jay Grizzy. Stone
Y'all hear me, John?
Fire
Tandoori Spice.
Authentic Flatbread.
The tandoori spice
look.
flavor.
I totally.
Thanks, Hakeem. Boom.
Sponsor The Last Laugh with Jay Grizzy streaming
hey, look,
live.
I totally disarmed and took any coolness she had because she grabbed the chips out of her bag and she's about to eat that joint. And it was because
I saw him for a second eyeing it.
But you know what's funny though? You always have that special chip. When you got a bag of chips,
it's a good one.
It's always the good chip.
It's the good
and you
one.
know
It's cut
you're
just
gonna
right.
eat all the other chips. That's gonna be the last trip.
Don't bring them back.
Don't bring them back.
Yeah, the last trip.
These Negroes is
And
gonna
like
eat
she
them
said,
all.
I was watching her. I
He
was
was
stalking her.
He looked at me before he did it. He was like,
Oh wow! I was all
stalked you.
serious and shit.
And
All of a sudden she
and
fell
right,
out.
and right before Facebook Live, right before she was about to go to the mouth, I said, "Got him."
Oh, and then he was sitting back like this. And then he ignored me while I'm talking. I'm feeling some kind of way.
you know the best part? That's the closest thing.
I was like a viper.
My boyfriend and I, when we were first dating, we went on a
He stole your chip?
No, there was a boat trip that we went on. First off, the boat trip was free. We were a little worried about it because there were white people
kill
outside.
you.
Right, there were white people outside that was like, "Hey, would you like a free boat
They
trip?" We
could
was
get
like,
you.
"No, we got y'all.
We got that. We
Y'all
got
got us with that last time.
Don't get on the boats with them. Mm-mm.
So, but at the end, they gave out hot chocolate chip cookies, like warm chocolate chip cookies. So I'm
That would get me.
I'm walking with
I would be that
my
guy.
chocolate chip cookie, and he hadn't bitten his yet, and he was talking to his dad.
He
And
went to
took
a sunken
one bite
place.
of his. I legit had mine in my mouth, and he went, "Ooh!"
Got him.
It was that good.
Got him.
He was on the phone with his dad. He was like, "Yeah, man, the sound was bad in there. Hold on. Oh, there's a good." And what sucked is that I was in front of him, so you
That's
had
called
to
a spirit.
You had to meet. You had to meet
spirit
my
hit him.
pace to get to
The
me
Holy
to
Ghost.
take the cookie.
The cookie Holy Ghost hit him and said, "I need that cookie right now."
It's a lot of double entendres for the fact that double entendre for the fact that he took the cookie. Yeah, ain't no half stepping. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J live from the damn Legacy and that radio. All right, let's be grown ups for these last couple of pieces I want to do in this segment. Grizz, somebody scrolled the N word on LeBron James' property. And you got people like Jason Whitlock saying,
Oh, my God,
there's
this
people
dude.
like Jason Whitlock, and I was going to play the clip that he did.
I'd
with-
take a break
there
for
was
you
a,
to
there
play
was a,
that
there
for
was
the
a, there was
audience.
there was a clip that I was going to play with him and Chris Broussard on Fox Sports Radio where they debated it. Unfortunately, because of where we are with time, we're not going to have time to play the clip.
Fair.
So we will be the ones who debate it instead of playing that clip.
Is that the
It'll
clip?
be up on Legacy
Is that
Internet Radio.
I heard something earlier today where they were like, well, "Where's the evidence?"
Well, basically, that's not actually what it is.
That's not the one-
There's
okay.
the evidence. Let me back up. Someone scrolled the N word on LeBron James' gig
Property
at his
out in
house,
LA.
on
That's
his
what,
property.
that's what they said.
Jason Whitlock is a.
Is that the black sports writer?
He's a black sports
That's
writer.
the same
Bald
boat.
headed dude with glasses?
he's not a Toby.
He's
That's
a
a
black
Sambo.
sports writer
He's a
who
Sambo,
basically said people like LeBron with so much money and so much prestige don't know nothing about racism. And so for him to even make this public is a black mark on him. Why you tripping? Basically, it's Jason Whitlock's position on it. Chris Broussard, who's also a sports writer, in the clip that I was going
He's
to
from
play,
Cleveland, by the way.
I was going to play it, during the show, but just ran out of time. Basically, he's like, "You out your damn mind, Jason Whitlock. You black in this country, you gonna deal with some shit." And LeBron actually said that it's hard, no matter who you are, no matter how much prestige you have, no matter how much notoriety or how much fanfare and love you have, that there are going to be instances in your life as a black man in this country where it's going to be some old bullshit.
Yeah.
And so that's what I want to lay upon us. Now let's run through that real quick because I want to get Tiger Woods in the same segment.
Oh.
Fair.
And so don't hit Tiger yet. Let's stay with LeBron.
I'll
then
stay
we're
with
gonna
LeBron.
hit and then we have to hit Tiger.
Well, Jason Whitlock is a.
Well, you
I
can
never-
talk about
I-
Jason. You can let me set the parameters. You can talk about Jason's comments, respond to LeBron, or you can talk about the LeBron thing if you want.
I'm not surprised that
all of
LeBron
that's on the
thing.
floor
Okay.
in this segment. Go
All
ahead.
right, I'm not surprised that it happened to LeBron James. I'm not surprised in the year of Trump. In the year of Trump, I'm not surprised. Jason Whitlock, though, I'm not. I mean, I don't know if he's doing a money grab. I don't know what he's doing, but it's not. It don't sit right. You know, it just he's in a sunken place.
I haven't seen the movie movie yet, but I've seen enough of that going around to hear, understand what that means.
I mean, I'm not rocking with Jason Whitlock.
He's willingly in the sunken place.
Yeah, he's willingly, and like whatever Fox is giving him, he's been got. And so I'll leave it at that and pass it on along. Go ahead, Q Boogie.
I got it right.
Get it for the end of the show. Get it for the end of the show. Get it for the end of the show.
Did you just ruin my comedic moments for the
I did. I hopscotched it, and I did. Go ahead, Q Boogie. I threw it to Q
I had a
Boogie.
few letters that I hadn't gotten to yet.
I know.
He said it 3 times in one sentence.
All right, Andy Boogie, go ahead.
It don't even have the same flavor now.
That's my dog. That's my dog.
Oh my gosh. So first off, Jason Whitlock got fired on his day off.
Yeah, that's right.
How you get fired off of the platform they created for you?
Jason Whitlock.
Wait. Did he really?
Yeah.
At ESPN, yes,
They made a platform for him called The Undefeated, but he around
She
that
does her
time.
homework.
I do. I research almost
I know
everything.
there was some issues with him a while ago. 'Cause
He
says
said something
he's controversial.
right? He
statements.
said something very like incendiary and controversial, which made
I don't
ESPN
like
go, "We're going to go in a different direction, but we're going to keep him on just to be able to say that we kept him on." That's really all because it's his show. So LeBron is absolutely correct. Like no matter what you do, you can be the best in your field. I'm pro LeBron. I've been pro LeBron since he came in the league.
Me too.
Same we were talking about offline. Y'all that try to debate and say that LeBron and Mike are the same are stupid. So they don't even play the same. The closest you can get to them is LeBron and Magic. Hands down, fight me. So
Right? Fire though.
She said,
Yeah, I dare you.
So the fact that it happened at his LA home while he was away doing while he was at the finals, and so for him to get on live television, do a press conference and say, "Yo, it is hard out here."
Just
to
do that.
to exist as a black man, and regardless of how sparkly and awesome that you are, you're still a black man. So in Trump's America, it's to be expected in a sad way. So for Jason Whitlock, who is also
a black man.
a black
right?
man, asterisk. And for him to come
Quotation marks.
right, for him to come out and say that, like, Jason Whitlock, I add him to the Stephen A. Smiths, the Charles Barkleys. I add him to that whole thing of you just feel like you can say whatever you want to because you're a black man in the sports arena.
Or they cutting the right check.
Or they
in
cutting the right check.
Place.
Or
That's what
you
it is.
always got something to say.
The check
so
is the sunken place.
Jason Whitlock constantly is in that space, but he is always ready to critique someone black, and I don't understand that. He sit up there with them fedoras that are either too big or too small for his head,
Girl.
and he just
I almost
get up
wore a
there.
fedora today and say a hell to the law.
He get
'Cause
up
Jason
there.
Whitlock wear one.
He get up there and say some of the most dumbest things, and people keep going, yeah, like no.
Why don't Fox fire him? That's why he works for Fox Sports, though.
I will.
Like, I don't fuck with Colin Cowherd either.
Cal who? Oh, the
other dude.
Coward, the Pittsburgh.
I thought you said
No,
Kaepernick. I was like, wait.
not
wait.
Cow.
Coach Cow. I'm
not
sorry.
Coach Coward, but Colin Coward. They. I'm not
Colin-
sorry. I
Hasn't
dropped
he
that
said
down.
something?
Yeah.
Hasn't he said some things before?
Well,
too?
let me.
Yeah,
just,
they
let
just-
me-
they
let-
just
let
take
me-
takes.
Let
They
me
don't
just
have
let me
that.
just say this. I'm not going to defend nobody. Stephen A. Smith and Colin Cowherd can come on Ain't No House That with Mark J.
Of course they can.
defend
That
themselves.
show.
Yeah.
They can defend themselves.
You're gonna be here for 4 hours waiting on Stephen A. Smith to stop stuttering.
But what I will say is this:
Forehead pushed back
I
further than mine.
personally have no issue with Colin Cowherd
Why?
or Stephen A. Smith. You know why? Because I think that they are well thought, and I think that they speak well, and I think that their opinions, while I don't always agree with them, they both, to me, make sense.
Make your contract public.
Well,
The money is making them talk like
well,
that.
because we don't really honestly, for the purposes of this
So why
discussion,
Stephen-
for the purposes of this discussion, we don't have the time to really go into that.
That's for the Coach Couch Live show.
Maybe it is, and if Couch Coach on Friday
I messed
nights,
it up.
Couch Coach Live on Friday nights,
ain't getting nobody
here on
paid
Legacy Internet Radio, the sports show. If he wants to talk about it, then he can. But I will say this: I think that Stephen A. Smith gets a bad rap from black people because I think that black people, and this pisses me off about us, we think because if we don't all agree and we not all, let me
monolithic.
finish.
Okay.
If we don't all tote the same line and our same thought process, that then we got some Sambos. I don't necessarily agree with that. I listen to Stephen A. Smith 3 to 4 days a week, and honestly, he's loud, he's obnoxious, he's a pain in the ass, but the points that he makes when he speaks of our people, I kind of agree with him.
I do, too.
More times than not. And Colin Cowherd, who's a white man who might be one of the smartest, intellectual, he's a worldly dude that says some really cool shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to get into that. I'm not going to defend him. I listen to sports radio all day as well. So I'm not going to get into that. But here's what I'm going to say about the LeBron James thing. LeBron James thing was they spray painted the N-word on his house. And I don't care who you are. If you're a black person in America and somebody takes some spray paint and they spray the N-word on your house, your reaction is authentic no matter what it is you say.
Exactly.
And anybody, black or white, that wants to critique what your response is to someone scrawling the N-word on your house,
Oh, we was almost 3 for 3. Dang it.
forget you.
Yes, that's my thing.
No, Marcus,
And I don't
let
do
it
this
ride.
unless you hear.
Let it ride,
It's
brother.
you.
It's coming from the
I said
spirit.
it twice and almost said it 2 more times.
It coming from the spirit, brother.
So let me.
They invented the word.
So
Just
that's
take
the,
it.
That's the
Own
last. That's the last
Fuck
thing.
you.
That's the last thing. That's the last one you get.
That's the only one I
I
got.
honestly think. I honestly think, for real, no joke, old boogie. We need to get seriously. We need to get a tip jar in here.
Yeah.
So that way, when I do cuss, I don't have to feel some kind of way about doing it. Like, we need to get.
I have editing
Grizz-
equipment.
No.
Well,
like-
I
like,
surely
forget
won't
that.
be coming in
You know, Diddy.
except every 6 months. I'll be calling in this joint.
Like, Diddy, for real, I think we should get a tip jar.
Well,
and I think not only do we get a tip jar, but I think that the proceeds of the tip jar should go to charity.
Yay.
Okay, I'm
Paper
down with the
storms.
tip jar then.
Are
I'll
you-
call in and curse.
I'll
and
do
put it
that.
in.
I'm
down with that.
I don't
sign
think
on
that,
to
I don't
that.
think that we should gratuitously cuss.
Yeah, I'll
but
sign
I
on
think
to
if
that.
we mess
Oh.
around and
And it
say,
got to be steep too, so you make sure you know what you're talking about.
no, we're not even talking about $1. Like, I think we
Yeah,
should
it should
put
be
like
steep.
I'm
we
good
should put
with quarter.
Abrahams in that jar.
Yes.
I'm
Well,
with
give
that.
it to my
What?
program.
And we need to have a side person.
Five.
I'm broke. I said, what's Abraham's? I'm broke.
You know what I think we should
Because
do?
I'm thinking coins.
You know what I think-
Five.
you
That's
know
a
what I
nickel,
think?
right? That's a
You know
nickel.
what you know what I think?
That's
Right.
true.
You know what I think we
What's-
should do,
what's
Wild
that?
Boogie? I think that we should.
Motherfucker said. I contribute. I'll contribute. Matter of fact,
You almost done with the
Hold
peanut
on.
jar.
I'ma
Put it in
need
the
you to
peanut
stop
jar.
doing that.
Matter of fact,
I'ma need
you
you
can
to
put
stop
me
doing
down
that.
for $20 right now.
I need you to stop doing that.
I think off of
until
that one,
I need you to
yeah.
stop doing that until we establish it. But,
Okay,
but
gotcha.
here's the thing.
It's a
Like,
bar.
here's what I think.
It's a peanut
I think
bar.
that we should give like certain amounts of money to certain words, and then I think we should promise to not say them on purpose. But if they slip out, then we need to be prepared to pull out on the
On the
mother-
spot.
spot.
I'm gonna go to the ATL before I come back. Ain't no half stepping.
Like, for
That's
real.
fair.
And then I think you need to
I
like
hope they
come
can
with
let
the
me
down,
take
like,
all five.
like the F word is gonna come with the highest penalty. Like,
Okay.
that's gotta be like a $5 bill. And then like if
I would
you,
say 10.
And then if you say or 10.
Yeah, I was
but if
thinking
you
20.
say but if you say like shit, that
That's
might
$5.
That's like a, yeah.
All right, here we go. The F word is gonna be $10.
Word.
And then the
He's
S
like,
word,
I'm out.
And then the S word
My name is Bennett.
and then the
And I
S
ain't in
word
it.
And I ain't in it.
and then the S word
$5.
is gonna be $5.
Word. I could.
Big Bro Joe, are you listening to this?
I'm down with that. I'm down with that.
keep
wanna
saying
know-
Because it's going to charity.
Somebody needs to empty out the peanut
I need to
jar.
know if Laurel, Hakeem, Michelle K, and my brother June agree with us.
and keep track with us.
You know what I'm
Big-
saying?
Big Bro Joe.
And Big Bro Joe.
Bro.
If we say the F word, we dropping $10 in.
Can-
If we say the S word, we dropping $5 in. And then like little pitty
Y'all might
words
well
like
get the-
bitch and bastard get $1.
Y'all might as well.
You know what I'm saying?
Bastard is not a curse word. That
That's
is a legal.
that's
That's
a
a
Bitch and
real
bastard
term.
get $1.
That's a legal term. Bitch is a
And
real
So
word.
and so is bitch.
Sambo should get $1.
Bitch is a real word.
Yeah, and so is bastard, but we know
So
if we
y'all
say
should
it
go ahead and
wrong,
get the squares.
then you gonna feel some kind of way. If I said that my dog got a bitch,
wait,
you ain't got a problem. But if I said that chick is a bitch, then you pissed off at me.
What if I say bastard? Because I'm not going to say bastard.
If you said,
bastard?
if you said,
And put it on a higher
if
octave.
if you said that little bastard
if I
over
say it
there,
like that?
you gonna feel some kind of way.
I got to switch
You know what I
that,
mean?
you know, bastard.
Yeah.
Damn.
Does it count if I say
I'm
bastard?
down.
I do feel like
I'll sign
right
on
now,
that.
because we just tried to set up the tip jar, that we should probably put $20 in now.
Can my nonprofit be one of the ones?
We
I
can
ain't got
talk
no
about it.
nonprofit.
Who is your nonprofit? Yeah.
I got the
I guess we're gonna talk about
The
it
house
later.
of
Her
Rizzo gonna contribute.
is the Bitch Bastard Association.
Word. Fist bump on that, y'all.
You know?
Hold on. Let me. So that we're clear. So that we're clear, because the last laugh does broadcast immediately after Ain't No Half Stepping.
for the record,
Hold on. Let me plug it in a new.
No more cussing from this point forward.
Okay. No cussing. But in a new last laugh,
anyway.
will episode 4 will debut this Wednesday on Legacy Internet Radio. Does the word or mother like, does it, like, we need y'all to
If you
listen?
actually say the word,
But
because
I
we all know,
kinda
because we know what the word
finagle
is.
it.
Like,
Mother.
and there's certain shows on Legacy and Radio that try to get around the whole ban on.
'Cause I got a little
words
southern twang with it,
by utilizing the word that you use for a Japanese karate fighter with starring
really?
Sudokins.
Whoa.
They use that word in place of
I use that word.
no.
Oh,
I do.
No.
Okay.
That's not a bad word.
That's
I'm
an
gonna pay a
alias.
lot then.
I don't.
No, because that word's been banned on the station. Like,
Right.
I
every once in a
understand
while, like other shows other than
It's
this one,
semantics.
they gratuitously may use the F word. I personally made a choice that we're not going to use the F word on this show.
Well, yeah, I didn't think
And
we used the hard curse words.
We don't.
Sometimes
We don't.
they slip out.
We don't. On this show, we don't. There's other shows on the station that
Yeah.
will.
So then I'm inviting you both ladies.
There's other shows on the
ladies.
station that
To the last
That
laugh
show
with
that
Jay
comes
Griffin.
on Thursday?
Yeah, that show.
Oh, okay.
And then one that comes on Sunday.
That's the one I figured. Okay.
And Sunday? Is it 6 o'clock?
Yeah, that show. Yeah.
No, I ain't know.
We
That's not
grown,
your
we
show?
grown
Oh,
folk
okay.
here,
Not
baby.
anymore.
Oh, okay.
We
Oh,
met-
you got nonprofit. You got good. You got good. Okay.
He was at the key.
Did we talk about Kathy Griffin?
we met people
Oh,
on that
dang,
show.
did we?
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
Yeah,
Kathy
we did,
Griffin.
we did talk about it. All right, Laurel says
Where were you?
that I have to say the F and the S word. She's a New Yorker.
Oh, yeah. That's
you,
part of their
Lord.
language.
All right, look. Let's run through this
Sick of
last
playing with
little
y'all.
piece because the show tonight has been so
Tiger
dope
Woods,
that we've
y'all.
been getting so offline. Tiger Woods. Last thing we're gonna get to is Tiger Woods.
Oh, we
now
good on
we know
time.
that Tiger Woods last week was arrested for suspicion of DUI, and we saw the surveillance video. Many of us did, and the reality is he was like Tiger looked geek. Like
He did.
that's the word that we used to use back home in New Jersey. He was geek. Tiger guy, hey Hakeem, you know Hakeem, he was geek.
I mean, he
You know what I mean?
was on.
That's the word that we use. But when you saw him, here's the thing, right? Here's what I want to get to. In all seriousness, let's get serious for a second. They said that Tiger was arrested on suspicion of DUI, driving under the influence of alcohol, and when he was tested, he blew a .000, which means he was not drinking alcohol.
But they
when you look at the police report, the police officer who arrested him said that there was a strong smell of alcohol. Now, here's the piece that I want to get to, Grizz. As a black man, I'm going to get the ladies in a minute, but I want you and me to do this before we bring the sisters in. Sisters, allow me to slide to for a minute. We know how police officers in our communities, or at least our perception of them, is they will do and say whatever it takes to hem us up, to put us in a negative light. And so when you looked at the surveillance video, it's very clear to any logical person that Tiger appeared to be under the influence based on his behavior, not knowing what we know now. Yeah, he looked like he was drunk. He looked like he was under the influence of alcohol. He said he was on medication. He looked like he was drunk. But if he goes and blows a 0.000 .00, why would the officer say there was a strong smell of alcohol when there obviously could not have been because there was not no alcohol?
Bro.
So I want you to jump in here, Grizz.
Well, brother, it's obvious that because Tiger looked like a black man, and it is a black man, even though he don't acknowledge he a black man, that the officer saw he was a black man and said, oh, this is going on the report. So, like, it's sad, but it's I always call the Pythagorean theorem of black men. It's a given. That's the way it is in this world for a black man. Like, we already know. I could give you an example. I remember one time I was followed for about 4 miles and then got pulled over because the air freshener in my car was hanging from the rear view mirror.
My sister got pulled for that.
And I said, brother, it was a black man too.
Yeah, my sister.
I
got
said,
pulled by a
really?
Black dude.
You got protocol, you got instructions to do that to me? You know, you a pattern roller like the rest of them. So this is sad, honestly. It really is. But you know what we have to do, and I'm glad that Tiger's lawyers and his team got on it, and he put out a statement. I want to say the next morning was like he won't drink it. You know. And that is another way of for people of color to first thing you need to do is you need to know and understand the white man's law. Because there's ways that they can finagle the law to try to put you in a certain situation. And if you got, we in America, if you got the right amount of money and the right amount of stroke, you can get a lawyer to argue that away. But if you know the law yourself, you'd be well off if you ain't got that much money. So, you know, I just say it was a sad situation, but I'm glad that, you know, Tiger Woods' peoples got on it when they did.
Q Boogie, jump in. What's your thoughts?
It's a tough one. I think what happened is that Tiger fell out of the good graces of white people. Tiger was did we trade him or did we I don't remember which one we did.
We ain't take him back. We trade him, but we ain't let him back in the fold.
I don't remember what we did with the race
in the racial draft.
In the race draft. I don't remember if we took him or
because he still ain't claim us yet.
No.
He still ain't.
And when he did claim us, it was like and I'm this and this and I'm black. So it was one of those. So it's tough because he lost the good graces that he was originally given. Tiger has never been the same since he got caught with, 12? Was it 12 women by the time the count was done?
His wife was swinging the golf club at him and
Yeah.
stuff? Yeah.
He has never recovered.
His white wife.
And I think ever since then, it's been extremely difficult for people to view Tiger the same way. We also live in America where regardless, and this is basically the same thing we were talking about before, regardless of what you've done, the echelons that you have reached, if you so much as look like a black man, like a black person, you're going to get thrown in that box. Right? Like the only person that missed that for a little bit was OJ.
You know what's important that you touched on something before I throw it to Dee Dee and then me before I close out the segment. You know, for our white brothers and sisters who hear us speak this way, there's so many of us that speak this way that there must be something to it. And a lot of times you get our white brothers and sisters and other, races and nationality, and even some in our own community who say that we tripping. But when you see so many people who say these things, who feel this kind of way, who feel this sort of oppression, there must be something to it. Like, do we all happen to sing and read from the wrong book? Like,
it's just a figment.
It's all a figment of your imagination. Like, seriously. Dee Dee, jump in here. What's your thoughts?
Running away with me.
They're recording this stuff. I mean, they're recording these encounters. How can it be that we're, everybody that's in this position is wrong when the encounter is being recorded? Tiger Woods' whole daggone situation was recorded. Yes, he did look intoxicated. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
But he blew a 0 in the breathalyzer.
Right.
At that point, it should have been the end of it. But I am absolutely positive, because it was Tiger Woods, they needed to take it a step further. They had to take it a step further. We can't let Tiger go.
Right. It's almost revenge. It's like, remember all these things that you did? It's like,
Well,
what it feels like.
the officer even mentioned in his report that he knew who he was dealing with.
And that's what I'm saying. They knew who he was.
They knew who he was.
They knew exactly who he was. Again, I do get if he were drunk, yeah, he messed himself up.
Trump supporter.
Immediately.
Tiger shouldn't have been out there. He should have known better. But he know he ain't
that's
supposed to
not
be
the
like
thing.
that. I'm just being a Trump supporter. That's what they gonna say.
The point is, when he blew in that breathalyzer and it was 0,
Right.
that was it.
You should have dropped it.
Why at that
That's
point?
what he get for marrying a white woman. That's what the Trump
And you know,
supporters
that's
should say.
probably what some black people are out here saying about him, because he didn't acknowledge that he was black.
Capital
Who
Leisure.
cares?
But you
None
know
of
what,
that
though?
should matter.
None of that matters. 100% agree with my sister Didi. And here's the thing. I'm going to say the last word. We move on because we run out of time for the show. But the reality is, for all of us walking around saying, well, why are we talking about Tiger Woods? He don't care about us as black people, blah, 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 blah. The reality is, when these black celebrities who don't acknowledge their blackness get in trouble, it don't matter how they treat us, and it don't matter how they view us. What matters is how these white folks and these police view them.
Yes.
They view
saw
them,
black.
they get to be good old-fashioned N-word again.
Right.
And this is what happened with Orenthal, and this is what happened with Eldrick. This is the deal. The fact of the matter is, Tiger, you know what? You got treated like anybody else would. Not
Exactly.
necessarily a black person, but anybody else would.
Yeah.
You got treated like somebody who was out there.
Asleep
they
at
caught
the
you-
wheel.
They asleep at the wheel. They caught
Yeah.
you slipping. And the fact is, the police officer who wrote the report, Didi, he lied on the report,
that's what it
saying
should
that
be
he
about.
smelled alcohol,
Yeah.
which he obviously didn't because Tiger blew a 0.
zero.
So what's going to happen
And
to the
so-
cop that wrote the report?
Nothing. Obviously
Yeah.
nothing.
You know that.
But here's the deal.
No,
If
they're
this
going to
is-
fire
if this
him
is-
because he lied and
it-
put
it's-
his middle initial was
it's-
M and it really is L.
like,
That's funny.
Like
That's
ML
funny.
Boogie. Like ML Boogie.
That's funny.
But in all seriousness, the fact of the matter is, Jay Grizzy and Marcus J. Blackman, who could have had the exact same situation, would have been treated just the exact same way.
Yep.
And you just learned that it does not matter how much money,
Money
you
you
have,
Exactly.
what your status is. If they want to get you, they're
They're
going to
going
get
to
you,
get
and
you.
they will lie to
Right.
make sure
Yes.
that they can solidify whatever case they feel they have against you, because the reality is this man was not driving drunk. He was driving under the influence,
was under
and
the
we need to
influence.
deal with that.
Yeah.
And
He
that's
was
why
dri-
he needs to give back
he-
so that people
he-
will understand and learn and educate themselves about the situation. But
I
that's it.
got you on that, but that's not my issue. My issue is the police officer showed that they will lie on you
Yes.
to get you in a position that they want to get you in. He was not driving drunk.
Right.
He was not. He blew a 0, and there was not the. See, we got to pay attention to that. Like, we can't walk around and say, "Well, Tiger didn't care about the black community. Why we support?" We
Ain't got
can't
nothing
do
to
that.
do with that.
They ain't got nothing to do with that. What it has to do with the fact is the police officer said he smelled alcohol, and he obviously didn't. He lied so that he can hem this man up.
Yeah.
That's the issue.
I
and he will
agree.
do this to rich and powerful
He
Tiger
will do
Woods.
it
He will
to-
do it
do
to
it to
Jay Grizzly.
anybody.
He will do it to
Right.
Marcus
He will do
J.
it to us.
He will do it to Didi, and he will do this to E Boogie.
Got
Do
me.
it to anybody.
He would do it to anybody.
He would do it to
and
anybody.
unless Tiger was
Who
sitting
is
there
he?
dousing himself in alcohol, there's no way you smelled it.
And that's
You
the
didn't.
thing. DUI, but they pulled him for DUI as far as alcohol.
Right.
It was apparent something was
Something
wrong.
Something was
with-
wrong.
So some
And
type
it's-
of toxicology report
Yes.
should have been ran.
But instead of them going that you know
No,
what
basically
else is
doing your
wrong?
job.
Something
Right.
else is wrong here.
Yeah.
What if he had a mental issue?
Something else is going on.
Something.
Ha-
He could have been
Hakeem-
having an aneurysm.
Right.
Hakeem, let me get Hakeem's point in, and we're going to take our final break of the night. Hakeem, first of all, when I
He
said
coulda just came.
when I said he was geek earlier, he laughed because he ain't heard that word in a long time. That's a Jersey word. Y'all might say it down
No,
here.
I heard it.
I've
When we
heard
say
it.
somebody y'all was geek, it means you was drunk.
I never heard it in that
Hakeem
context.
says no. The man was asleep behind the wheel with 2 busted busted tires. They were totally justified. The alcohol part, that's some other. I agree with you, Hakeem, that there was something wrong with Tiger.
Yeah.
There was something that he needed to be addressed. He needed to be dealt with. I got no issue with the fact that they arrested him for driving under the influence. Hakeem, he needs to be dealt with and punished. But that's not my issue. My issue is they said he was drunk. And he was not
wasn't.
drunk.
And the
he blew
media
a zero.
ran with that
Not
story
only did the media run with it, Didi,
confirming.
not only did they run with it, did you see the videos?
Yes.
They
and then
made a point of embarrassing him.
Yeah.
And exactly. They
And
made a point because it was Tiger
He
Woods.
did something.
And
though.
ironically,
he did something though.
Ironically,
in
this
order
is
to
the
get
exact
that
same,
punishment.
almost the exact same thing, except for that time he was drunk when he was found out about the cheating. The exact same thing happened. He was found in a car.
Yeah.
It's the
The
exact same
Escalade
thing.
with the busted
Another,
window.
another
And-
opportunity
and
to
walked him up into a press conference and made him admit he was a sex addict when all he was doing was
cheating.
Was getting
Sex
poontang.
addict.
Ain't no hashtag with Marcus J. Live from the Den. Legacy Internet Radio. Shout out to my sister Dana Marie. Joined us on our last show. Got a lot of love for my sister in Jersey City, New Jersey. Peace to you, girl. Peace to Hakeem. Peace to Michelle K. and Laurel and my cousin Terry and everybody that's checking us out. I'll shout y'all out more on the other side. We take our final break of the night. And when we come back, we're going to have our rants. We're going to have our closings. I got the whole crew with me. I got Didi. I got Jay Grizzy. And I got Didi Boogie. Ain't no hashtag with Marcus J.
I'm gonna go take a leak on that one.
The radio.
Didi Boogie.
Didi
I like Boogie.
Yeah, we gonna take our final break of the night. You gotta be listening the whole night to get that joke. Q Boogie, we love
How
you.
much time
Be back
we
in a
have?
few, y'all. Stay with us.
What's up, y'all? This is your man K-Dub, and when I'm down on 285 down in Atlanta, GA, maybe on I-64 in Newport News, Virginia, or maybe I'm in Jersey City catching that light rail headed downtown to go into NYC, I'm always plugged in to Legacy Internet Radio, listening to Ain't No Half Stepping with my man Marcus J. Check it out, y'all. Peace.
What up, everybody? It's your girl, Jody Smith, JMM, Jody Music Mixtape. It's a classic. Get at my dude, Marcus J, on Legacy Internet Radio. Ain't no half stepping. Get your own JMM mixtape. Hit me up. Jody Smith on Facebook, Jody Music, Jody Music, or you can hit me up on Instagram or Twitter. They're both Jody_804. Get at me on YouTube. That's Jody the Artist. Check out some of my footage, some of my videos. You can listen in on SoundCloud, Jody Smith Music, or just give me a call at 1-262-JODY-804. That's 1-262-JODY-804.